Putri, and I would like to explain to you about Chapter 11, Arabic Mathematics Development. History records that after Greece collapsed, a new era emerged, namely the era of glory of Islam in Arab lands. This resulted in the development of cultures and science centered on and dominated by Arab Muslims. During the Caliphate of Harun al-Rashid, the fifth caliph of the Abbasid dynasty, which began around 786, there was a large-scale translation process of ancient Greek mathematical, as well as other scientific texts into Arabic. During the next caliphate, namely the Caliph al-Ma'mun, he translated the Elements text, containing collections of mathematics knowledge written by Euclid. The development of Arabic mathematics after the mid-8th century was very impressive and had a great role and contributions to the development of the history of mathematics. The Arabs rose to catch up in the field of science. The Arabs began to study astronomy, philosophical concepts, medicine, mathematics, and other science from Greece, Egypt, India, Babylon, and others. Classical works of Greek and Indian science were brought to Baghdad, where they were translated into Arabic. This is very advantageous for the development of the history of mathematics, because almost all the work of ancient Greek mathematicians can no longer be found. All that remains is the translations of this work in Arabic. The period of the 8th to the 14th centuries can be said to be the golden age of Arab mathematics. The contributions of Arabs in the development of history of mathematics is not only as a collector and then spread it, but more than that. Arabic mathematicians, in addition to translating and commenting on Greek mathematics, they also produced several original works in mathematics. The contributions of Muslims to the development of mathematics was limited to the activity of translating ancient Greek manuscripts into Arabic. Many historians of mathematics fail to mention the Greek contributions of Muslims to the development of mathematics, either intentionally or by ignorance. But not a few historians of mathematics from the West are more objective in presenting the fact that actually happened. In one source written by Z.Z. O'Connor and E.F. Robertson, it is said that the Western world actually owes a lot to Muslim scientists or mathematicians. Furthermore, the very rapid development of mathematics in the 16th century to 18th centuries in the Western world actually started by Muslim mathematicians centuries before. The next subchapter is B, Arabic mathematical figure. A. Al-Khwarizmi. Al-Khwarizmi or Khwarizms, born in Uzbekistan, his full name is Abu Ja'far Muhammad bin Musa al-Khwarizmi, and in the West he is better known as algorithm or algorithm. In his book, Al-Khwarizmi introduced to the world of science the number 0, which in Arabic is called cipher. Before Al-Khwarizmi introduced the number 0, scientists used abacus, a kind of list showing units, tens, 100,000, and so on, to keep each number from being confused with each other from a predetermined place in the count. However, calculations like this didn't get a response from Western scientists at the time, and they were more interested in using Ragam al-Binji, a list of Arabic numerals, including 0, the finding of Al-Khwarizmi. Thus, the number 0 was only known and used by Westerners about 250 years after Al-Khwarizmi discovery. The next one is Al-Kindi. Al-Kindi lived during the great translations of Greek words into Arabic. In addition to translating, Al-Kindi also improved previous translations. He is an Arab philosopher and is considered the first Muslim philosopher. Alkuyani has written almost all the science that developed at that time. However, among the many sciences, he highly valued mathematics. This is because mathematics, for Alkuyani, is the preamble to anyone who wants to study philosophy. This preamble is so important that it is impossible for one to attain expertise in philosophy without first mastering mathematics. Mathematics here includes the science of numbers, harmony, geometry, and astronomy. The next one is Al-Karaji. Al-Karaji is considered as leading mathematician and is credited with being the first to liberate algebra from the geometric operations, which were the product of Greek arithmetics, and replaced them with the types of operations which are the essence of algebra at that time. His work on algebra and polynomials provided rules for arithmetic operations for manipulating polynomials. His further books in French, the historian of mathematics Franz Bourke credits Al-Karaji as the world's first mathematician to introduce the algebraic theory of calculus. Al-Karaji was also the first to use the method to prove by mathematical induction to prove his result. He succeeded in providing the truth of the formula of the sum of the cube integrals, which is very important in integral calculus. The next one is Darius Albatani. Albatani was an Arab astronomer and mathematician. Albatani was full name is Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Jabir ibn Sinan al-Araki al-Harani al-Sabi Albatani was born in Haran near Urfa. One of his most famous achievements is the determinations of the solar year as 365 days, 5 hours, 46 minutes, and 24 seconds. Albatani also discovered a number of trigonometric equations. He also solved the equation sin x is equal to a cos x and used Al-Mawazi's idea about tangents in developing equation for calculating tangents. The next one is Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni is the founder of modern trigonometry. He was a philosopher, geographer, astronomer, physicist, and mathematician. Al-Biruni also introduced geodetic measurement and determined the circumference of the Earth in a more accurate way. With the help of mathematics, he can determine the direction of Qibla from various places in the world. Wow, so cool, right? The next one is F. Umar Khayyam. Umar Khayyam is known as a poet, but Umar Khayyam has a great contribution in the field of mathematics, especially in the fields of algebra and trigonometry. He was first mathematician to discover a general method of solving the roots of higher order number in algebra and introduce solutions to the equations of the cube. The next one is Ibn Sina. Do you know Ibn Sina? Ibn Sina was a prominent Muslim scholar in the field of medicine. He was also a geologist, mathematician, including algebra, which is the unity of exponent, physicist, poet, psychologist, scientist, soldier, statesman, and a teacher. Too many. He is the father of the modern medicine. He was also the founder of the Avicennian logic and philosopher of the Avicennism school, which has an influence on Muslim and schools of thought. The next one is C. Arabic mathematical number system. The Arabic numeral system, or Arabic numerals, is a popular number system consisting of the numbers 0 until 9. This number system is the most widely used in modern times. Arabic number systems were popularized by Muslim mathematicians in the Middle Ages, then spread to Europe several centuries later, and have become the world's standard numerals since colonial times. The evolutionary form of Arabic numerals, namely Latin Arabic numerals, first appeared in Morocco and Spain in the late 10th century and are known as Gubar numerals. Like Latin letters, Gubar numbers can be used from left to right. These Latin Arabic numerals later become popular and replaced Roman numerals in Italy and later throughout Europe. According to their history, the numbers 0 until 9 are also known as Hindu numbers or Hindu Arabic numbers. The reason they are better known as Arabic numbers in Europe and America is because they were introduced to Europe in the 10th century through Arabs in North Africa. In the past and until now, these digits are still used by Western Arabs from Libya to Morocco. On the other hand, the Arabs call the system by the name Hindu numerals, which refers to their origins in India. However, this number shouldn't be confused with the Hindu numerals used by Arabs in the Middle East like this, which is called by another name, Eastern Arabia, or with other figures currently used in India. Now, Latin Arabic numerals have become international numerals and are used almost all over the world. Even in countries that do not use Latin letters such as China, Korea, Japan, India, Thailand, etc., Latin Arabic numerals are occasionally used in place of the traditional numerals, while Roman numerals are sometimes still used for formality or artistic purpose. The next one is D. Invention related to Arabic mathematics. A. Al-Khwarizmi. Al-Khwarizmi is a pioneer of Muslim mathematics and a man who deserves to be called the father of modern algebra. His real name was Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi. Sometimes people misimprint a word of modern civilization, which is always considered to be from the past. If we trace the word algebra, it comes from the written book by Al-Khwarizmi called Hisab al-Jabil wal-Mukalaba, which means reinforcing and comparison, or what is called in today's name terms is integral and equation calculation. Even the term algorithm, which means the teaching system, is a Western word for the name Al-Khwarizmi because Al-Khwarizmi is considered the inventor and the development of the teaching system, and he is considered the inventor of the number 0. One of Khwarizmi's most important work is that he created the algebraic system. His discovery of the number symbols 1 to 9 and the number 0, which was later called the algorithm system, was able to solve the symbolization difficulties and still use Roman. And people will have difficulty using Roman numerals if they had millions. The next one is Fa Al Bauzan, one of the greatest Muslim mathematicians. He is known as an astronomer and developer of trigonometry, and the first to propose several important formulas in trigonometry. One of the formulas dedicated to him is cos C is equal to cos A multiplied by cos B. The next one is Alkuyani. He is known as an astrolabe construction expert. In the field of geometry, the attention is directed to the resolution or the use of equation to the power of 3. The next one is Albatani. Albatani is an astronomer and mathematician from Arabia. Albatani was born in Haran near Urfa. One of his famous achievements in the determination of the solar year is 365 days, 5 hours, 46 minutes and 24 seconds. Albatani also discovered a number of trigonometric equations. I think that's all that I can explain about chapter 11, Arabic Mathematics Development, and please forgive me if I had a mistake in my explanations. See you in chapter 12. Bye.